Have you ever gone to bed feeling like you did everything right? You ate a healthy dinner, you didn't snack before going to bed, you got a good night's sleep, but then you wake up, you check your blood sugar, and somehow it's higher than it was last night. How is that even possible? You didn't eat while you were sleeping, so where did that sugar come from? This is one of the most common questions and most confusing questions I hear from people with prediabetes and with type 2 diabetes. Many assume they ate the wrong thing right away. Others think they simply think they are getting worse. But what if I told you your body may actually be doing exactly what it was designed to do? The real question isn't, why is my blood sugar high? The real question is, why can't my body bring it back down? And once you understand that difference, your morning numbers start making a whole lot more sense. And so does your entire approach to type 2 diabetes. Hey, I'm Dr. Jason Schumard. For more than 20 years, I've helped people understand what's really happening inside their bodies, not just manage their blood sugar. One of the most common patterns I see is people waking up with high blood sugar even after doing everything right the day before. And what surprises me is how many people have been living with diabetes for years without anyone ever explaining why it happens. Because once you understand what's actually happening inside your body, everything starts to make a lot more sense. So let's break down what's actually happening. The first thing to understand is this: your body doesn't simply shut off while you're sleeping. In fact, some of the most important work happens while you're asleep. A few hours after you wake up, your brain begins preparing your body for the day. It releases hormones like cortisol and growth hormone. Think of these as your body's natural alarm clock. One of their jobs is to signal your liver that it's time to release stored glucose into your bloodstream so you'll have enough energy when you wake up. That's completely normal. In someone with healthy insulin sensitivity, blood sugar rises just a little. Then insulin moves that glucose into the cells where it's used for energy. Most people never even notice it even happened. This natural process is called the dawn phenomenon. And by itself, it's not a problem. But here's where things get interesting. The problem isn't that your liver releases glucose. The problem is what happens next. If your body has become insulin resistant, your cells don't respond to insulin the way they're supposed to. So instead of moving that glucose into the cells, it stays in your bloodstream. That's why some people wake up with blood sugar readings of 140, 160, even 180 without eating a single bite overnight. So the dawn phenomenon isn't causing diabetes, it's revealing that your body is struggling to manage glucose the way it was designed to. If this is making sense and you're enjoying these practical explanations, make sure you're subscribed. Every week I break down topics like this in a way that's easy to understand and actually useful. Now here's where it gets frustrating. You assume it must have been my dinner, so you eat less at night, skip dinner completely, or avoid carbohydrates altogether. Then you wake up the next morning, your blood sugar is still high, and you are only feeling worse. Why? Because you are trying to fix the symptom instead of understanding the cause. Yes, what you eat matters, but your dinner isn't always the reason your morning blood sugars are elevated. Your body's ability to respond to insulin is often the bigger issue. That's why two people can eat the exact same meal, wake up the next morning, and have completely different blood sugar readings. The difference isn't always the food, it's how your metabolism responds to it. That's why looking only at blood sugar doesn't tell the whole story. You have to understand what's happening underneath. At this point, you might be wondering, okay, so how do I know if insulin resistance is causing this in my body? And that's exactly where most people get stuck. They're given a blood sugar number, but they're never shown what's actually driving it. That's why I created a free guide that explains what we look for beyond standard blood sugar tests, including the hidden factors that can contribute to insulin resistance and make patterns like this much more likely. Once you understand why your blood sugar is high in the morning, something changes. You stop blaming yourself. You stop thinking, I must have done something wrong. Instead, you begin asking better questions. How insulin resistant am I? How well is my metabolism functioning? What's preventing my body from using glucose efficiently? Because your morning blood sugar isn't just another number, it's a clue that tells you how your body's functioning underneath. And when you start improving insulin sensitivity, instead of simply chasing blood sugar, those morning numbers often begin moving in the right direction. Not because you're fighting your body, but because you're finally working with it. If this has changed the way you think about morning blood sugar, I highly recommend downloading my free guide below. It'll help you understand what's really driving type 2 diabetes and what most standard approaches never explain. And if you want more practical videos like this every week, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.